Hello and welcome to Kinder Mind Hypnosis. I am Todd Simon, certified hypnotherapist, and I want to talk to you about demystifying hypnosis and hypnotherapy. What I've noticed since I became a certified hypnotherapist is that a lot of people either don't know what hypnosis or hypnotherapy is, or if they say they do, they are confused and confuse it with stage hypnosis, and there's some misperception about what it is. So first, let me tell you what stage hypnosis is. Stage hypnosis is simply overwhelming a participant with message units to have them basically comply with what you ask them to do on stage because they don't want to disappoint you, the stage hypnotist, or the audience. And so it's not really hypnosis, it's an overwhelming thing that makes someone go into fight or flight and comply with what you ask. And again, you'll only comply with things that don't go against your natural values, judgments, or morals. So clucking like a chicken, barking like a dog, dancing like Michael Jackson, not a big thing. You know, you're not asking to vote Republican if you're a independent or Democrat. You wouldn't do that in hypnosis because you can't. But in a stage show, you will do things that are fun. Wipe that from your mind now. That's stage hypnosis. I wouldn't even call it hypnosis. That's stage show. Now let's go back to what hypnosis is and hypnotherapy. First of all, hypnosis is the state. It's a state of beginning to release the critical filter that separates the conscious and subconscious mind, and it creates a softening of that and a deeper state of awareness. So hypnosis is simply the state of deeper awareness. Hypnotherapy is the model of using hypnosis to help someone for vocational, avocational self-improvement. So what happens when we go into the subconscious mind? Why is there a differentiation between the conscious and the subconscious mind? And what is the critical filter? Okay, so firstly, as the mind is formed from about 0 to 8, we create all kinds of associations, positive, negative, and at about the age of 8, we create what's called a critical filter, differentiating now these knowns in the subconscious and now the conscious mind, because at about that age we begin to have an identity of our own, and now we need to protect and automate the things that we learned prior to that so that our decision making, willpower, etc. can have a adultish form. So difference, again, conscious, subconscious. Conscious, approximately 10% or less of the power of the mind. That's where decision making, willpower, logic, and reasoning is. Subconscious mind, which sort of becomes automated after the ages of 8 or 9, 90% plus of the power of the mind. So it's very critical that these associations that you have stored in the subconscious mind are ones that you want, and oftentimes they're not, which is why people ultimately come to hypnotherapy to deal with the subconscious mind. It's one of the few things that deals with the subconscious mind. Cognitive therapy, traditional psychotherapy, it's great. Have you noticed, however, that people are in it forever? You can talk about yourself forever from the conscious standpoint. The ego loves that. Change can happen for sure in that, but it takes a long time because, as Einstein once said, or at least is attributed to saying, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Okay? Now, when we created them, most of the problems lay in the subconscious mind. So when we bring hypnosis into it, we can begin to look at those associations with a new energy. And I think that's what he's talking about, is being able to find the solutions at a different level as what they were created. So they were created mostly in the subconscious mind. I'll give you a personal example of thoughts, associations being created in the subconscious mind, how they affect your life, and how hypnosis can help. So my personal example, growing up, I was shorter than my peer group. I still probably am. But at the time, it didn't mean anything until I gave it meaning. And when did I begin to give it meaning? The brain began to give it meaning, again, because at that age, from 0 to 8, we don't differentiate between good or bad. We just imitate, which is why, you can go to YouTube and watch a video of a child, a little baby in diapers, imitating their parent dancing, and it's so cute. And on the other side, you can watch a kid in diapers chain smoke, because at that age we absorb all that information and we simply do what we see. We don't know the difference between good or bad. So that's why you see little babies that can curse, and it's so funny, but is it? Okay? So the subconscious mind creates these patterns which become soft-wired into the mind and become automated. I say soft-wired and not hardwired because we can change them. Okay? We know through neuroplasticity and real science that a good majority of the brain we can change, and hypnosis is one of the ways we can do it. Back to the personal example. Not as tall as the rest of my peer group. Didn't mean anything until I made meaning out of it. How did I make meaning out of it? So people would joke, hey, shrimp, hey, this, hey, that. And the brain, my mind, began to think, oh, associate. Oh, being small is not good. It's there's something wrong with me. And then what happens is if that goes unchecked, it lives that because the subconscious mind is 90% of the mind's power. So we seek things out that continue to keep that to be real and to be as a known. So if gone unchecked, a person with those thoughts lives those thoughts out in their life. So for a good majority of my life, I did not feel good about my body. I felt like there was something wrong with me. I wasn't as good as taller people. I believed it. I was guilty of being a believer. Until I really found hypnosis and the work of Byron Katie, did I really realize that I could shift those associations and change my own experience as a person in this life. And isn't that what we all want to do? So hypnotherapy is amazing in that. Don't we have friends or maybe ourselves where we seem to have everything and yet we're not happy? Or these people that are in these amazing relationships. I finally found the person that I've always been looking for. By the way, that's always going to be you. But outside, I found this person and I sabotaged it. I effed it up. What did I do? It's probably because the subconscious mind cannot hold the thought that you are deserving of it. At some point, you believed that you're not worthy, okay? And so as much as the reality is that you have that, there's an incongruency, and so you'll spit it out, so to speak. You will sabotage it. The incongruency is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. This is why sort of hypnotherapy and hypnosis is a last resort for a lot of people, because they've tried so many other things. They've tried things on the conscious level, the psychotherapy. They may have even gone to a healer. Now, I know a lot about this because I am told that I am a healer. I don't really believe in that term because we can only heal ourselves with the assistance of other people sometimes in order to see who we are. Someone waving a feather over you is not going to change your associations that you created in your subconscious mind. It's not set up that way. You've created the issue. You then create the solution, okay? Now, there are experiences that we have, heightened states of awareness during these healings that are amazing. I've participated in myself on both sides. I have the ability to channel the frequency of love into my hand and touch somebody and allow them to feel it in their body. It's amazing the way that the nervous system relaxes and you feel high and there's no problems in the world. And that's temporary. Once you go back into the normal sway of your life, the subconscious mind, the 90%, will then take over. You might have a memory of, that was amazing. Just like you have a memory of being on vacation and like, how do I get back there? All in the subconscious mind. The most powerful thing for change, hypnotherapy, hypnosis, one of the few things to access it. And this is not woo-woo, this is science. There are people like Dr. Bruce Lipton who talk about this. You can find videos like that. I hope this has helped. I know hypnosis and hypnotherapy has helped my life amazingly, and I simply want to share it with you. It's a beautiful technique. It's a very empowering technology, and I want you to experience it. If you have any questions, anything at all, please ask. I love questions, especially questions I've never heard before, because they are my muse. They allow me to find an answer that I can hear and share it. It's a beautiful collaboration. So if you have any further questions, clarifications, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for your time. I wish you a kinder mind, and I wish you peace.